Hi, my name is Cindy, and I just bought a house through NACA. It's been about 2 weeks right now, and I heard everywhere, okay? But I wanted to give you some pointers on and tell you about a little bit about my experience. There are three main things that you have to have before you start even applying for a house through NACA. Paperwork, paperwork, paperwork. If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't even start with NACA. I'd look up on some website what you need to be able to buy a house, and then I'd scan all of it clearly, because NACA's like real about that, okay? Scan it, put it in some kind of folder somewhere on my computer, on my phone, okay? And make sure that you have everything. Tax records, employment records, if you changed your name, divorce paperwork, anything, okay, social security numbers, I don't know how many cats you have, okay? It's very important that you rely on your counselor, because the counselor is going to be the person that is going to lead you through this entire process. I lucked out. I had a guy named Brian in Little Rock, and he was the absolute best counselor ever. He put up with my crazy shenanigans, and I have anxiety disorder, so you know that Brian had to take a lot. But rely on them. Ask them questions. Make sure you get the answers to those questions. Pester them all the time if you want to make sure you get into your house. If they're not doing that, if they're not answering your questions, then you ask for another counselor, because that's your right. NACA is a wonderful group, and they have wonderful people, but if you happen to have someone that is not doing what you need to do to be able to get into your house, you need to find another counselor, okay? What I would do is I would start exercising, okay? Because it gets out some of the frustration and the anxiety that you're going to face as you go through this process. It's not a bad process. It's just they need a lot of documentation to make sure that you get into the house that you need to get into. So make sure all of you that you have started some kind of program that you can get your mind off of it. And exercise is always a good way. If you're like me, okay, you don't want, because I am in the working class, okay, I don't have a lot of money, but NACA put me into a house that I could afford. Rely on your realtor to be able to tell you what kind of house that you can afford, to help you find a good property, not something that you're going to spend money to try to inspect to make sure it's your property, unless it's something that they know is going to be able to pass inspection. Listen to your real estate agent. If your real estate agent isn't doing what they're supposed to do, find another real estate agent. Yes, you can do that. As it turned out, I had Tia, who was the absolute best real estate agent that I could ask for. I knew a little bit about real estate, and that was a bad thing, because I tried to tell her all the things I knew, and sometimes it wasn't correct, okay? Sometimes you might have to, if you think you're going to move into a mansion and you're making $20,000 a year, you're probably not going to get a mansion, but don't worry if it is a good structure house. If that structure is good, you could always do repairs on it, and NACA can help you to do that. Major repairs and even minor things that you want changed, the roof, to change out the shower, to fix the faucets, maybe a new electrical box. NACA can help you to do that. Okay, all you need to do is to be able to do your part, to be able to find people that do estimates. Okay, And the last thing I'm going to end with, okay, because I know you're probably doing Christmas shopping and wanting to have a happy holiday without worrying about this. NACA is safe. It was an organization that was founded on people in the mortgage industry that were conning people, that were trying to do really bad things to the consumer. You need to make sure that you know what NACA is for. They stand for fairness. They stand for justice. Okay? It is a trustworthy organization. Yes, it's true what they're telling you. They paid all my closing costs. They offered me money to be able to fix up my house, okay? And it was all legitimate. There's no cons in this. If I'm gonna do it, I'll do internet research. You should have seen the ones I did on prospective dates. That's why I'm still single. Make sure that you know that this is a good organization, that you're going to be safe going through them. That if you find the right counselor, if you find the right real estate agent, and if you get a really good person, like Miss Teresa from the hand department. Hand stands for the repair department, like you do your hands and repair things. If you get those three, okay, people behind you, there's nothing that you can't do. There's no limits except money on what you can dream about having a home of your own. It's a wonderful thing. And maybe, just maybe, Santa will give you that for Christmas or Hanukkah or any of the other holidays that you would like to celebrate. This is a really wonderful gift that's given to the American people. NACA is great. Thank you.